citizen can rule you.
Massive protests in Hong Kong descended into violent chaos today as riot police fired rubber bullets and used pepper spray on protesters who vowed to keep fighting. Demonstrations against a new bill that would allow people to be sent to mainland China for trial has plunged the city into its worst political crisis in years. Critics of the bill fear greater Chinese control and the erosion of their freedoms.
An extradition law of the sort that's currently being contemplated is extremely frightening to Canadians who are living in Hong Kong, as well as Hong Kong residents in general.
Currently, there are hundreds of thousands of Canadian citizens living in Hong Kong and its surrounding regions.
This is an issue that affects Canadians very profoundly because of the deep connections between Hong Kong and Canada. It's often said that Hong Kong is the most Canadian city in Asia.
Tempers flared between police and tens of thousands of mostly young protesters surrounding the council building, where debate on the extradition bill was due to take place. Some protesters charged police with umbrellas and hurled rocks, bottles, and even metal barricades at officers, who returned the force with tear gas and batons to force the crowds back. Before the crackdown, pro-democracy lawmakers rallied protesters occupying the streets.
We will be back. We are back.
They jammed the city's downtown, blocking major roads near the council building and preventing lawmakers from going to work, fulfilling a vow made at the end of a series of sit-in street protests in 2014 that brought the city to a standstill. The protests forced Hong Kong's lawmakers, controlled by a pro-Beijing bloc, to cancel the second reading of the bill.
I hope that is a positive sign that there will be a rethinking of this bill so that it responds, so that the government of Hong Kong, of the Special Administrative Region, responds to the legitimate concerns of Hong Kong residents.
Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland says in a statement that Ottawa is concerned about the potential effect this law could have on Canadian citizens traveling through Hong Kong, and she's calling on the Hong Kong government to preserve the city's freedoms and its judicial independence. She writes, "Freedom of expression and assembly are the bedrock of Hong Kong's free society."